You're.
Yo.
Well, I got it. You said. I just not used to say. That's my catchphrase. Bro.
Okay, you know what? Let's go get it. You do the same thing. Go.
Okay.
Go. No, I go here. You do the same thing.
This is always on the record, right? We're still recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go. You just be you. Go ahead.
Yo. What is good? This is your boy PJ and DJP with another episode of the Real Ass Podcast Trap. We are changing our name officially. Is going forward now. We are TRAP, which stands for the Real Ass Podcast. Catch us on our socials. We updating those soon, but catch us right here in the bottom right here on Instagram, TikTok, on YouTube. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, that's pretty fucked up. But DJP, how you been, bro? It's been a while since we did an actual Us 2 episode.
I know. I'm good, dog. Everything's good. I'm happy summer's approaching. I'm excited, bro, because last summer was whack, bro.
Yeah, so that's
I don't even want to even remember. San Diego this year, do not disappoint. How about you?
No, just same thing, bro. Just I just been working a lot. Tax season is about to end, so my
Boy,
work. Yeah,
speaking of tax season
is looking good, baby, this year. But we ain't gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
I want to give your flowers and shout out to you on the NBA videos, bro. You've been killing them, bro.
Appreciate you.
No, because like if it's Chris Tucker in rush time or rush hour on time, the BG staying alive, slap your mama in the face, make her cry. Niggas in No, but you've been.
I was like, where's he going?
You've been killing him, bro.
I was like, where's he going with this? Okay,
I'm sorry, but I've been seeing this shot. He's like, I want to wine and dine, sip some wine, give you a dime. I love it, bro. I love that song. But seriously, you've been actually killing it. And if you guys haven't seen any of his videos, really been popping with the LeBron and Stephen A situation. Yeah. Stephen A, sit your dusty ass down, bro.
Did you feel how you felt about that? Just real quick, I never really got to really ask you about that. Or did you fully understand everything that was going on with it? Or
I fully understand. I have, you know me. I'm always like both sides and stuff. So. As LeBron, I thought he was wrong for doing that, especially in a competitive sport where, you know, everyone's going to have a say.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, it's a business, whether you're an analyst or you're actually on the field or you're a coach and everything. Like, everybody has their part. Everybody has their part to make it a business to, like, you know, make it, you know, what it is now, the NBA. So, LeBron, you're wrong for that. Like, your son's got to get criticized and feedback. And Stephen A, I mean... He's tough, but he's not one of those guys that just like, oh, I'm like this, I'm that's how I am. Like he can change his mind, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a lot of us hated LeBron, Bronny, you know, and like now he's putting up like 35 points a game and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Hooping. So he's hooping. So I just think that like LeBron, you're wrong for that. Like your son's part of the NBA, bro. You can't be doing that, protect. You know, like one, it makes him look weak and stuff like that. You're like, daddy's gonna come and like in the locker room, like, oh, what? Daddy's gonna come and save you now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Some people are gonna make fun of him. On the flip side, like Stephen A is just like he's always walked that thin line of like pushing people to the limit. Like if it was, remember when Kobe called him and stuff? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's famous for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he pushes the limits on what he says and what he can do until someone like LeBron comes up in your face and looks like he was about to swing on you. And then, you know, Stephen A, like, I lost all respect when he was all like, oh, if you would have touched me, I would have swung on him. I was like, bro, you look scared, bro. You like you was shaking in your boots, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if LeBron punched you, bro, you're not punching them back.
Ain't gonna be no comeback.
People are gonna pick you off the floor, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
you wake up on ESPN the next morning.
Yeah, he's like, with the black guy, I got something to say. You want to apologize? Like, come on, bro. Like, so yeah, I see. It was just kind of a messy situation. And then LeBron again doing like a media tour. He goes on Pat McAfee and spills all the beans. I like that interview because there was a lot of questions that were asked of like, you know, his game with Miami. Like we got a lot of like insight from that because LeBron doesn't do a lot of.
I never seen him on a podcast or think I seen him on ESPN.
Or even talk about like the history of like, you know, his journey with Cleveland, his journey with Miami, his journey going back to Cleveland, coming to the Lakers. So it was good to get that insight. So the podcast wasn't all the ways. I just hated that he used that as a as an outlet to express himself, and you know. So
I'm with you. All right, cool with that. Now going a little further because you know that was more, you know, obviously like Johnny said, I've been doing little things with that. So you know that was, you know, some old stuff. Now some newer stuff, dog. I thought we were done with this stuff, but that light skinned assassin is still petty. And actually, I won't even say he's petty. You obviously, you know, Drake dropped that album, Flying J.
Nokia.
Nokia, and then he dropped that song. I didn't see it this way, but people have been kind of making a lot of comparisons and saying that Drake is still being petty. Drake is still taking shots at Kendrick. I saw the video today, earlier before I got here. Yeah. I saw some things that I was like, I don't want to pull stuff, but I saw some things I was like, looks kind of similar to me.
All right, let me know. Break it down. What you see?
Obviously, if you guys remember the song Squabble Up from the Then I Like Us video in the beginning, when we had got the snippet, the whole black and white thing.
At the beginning,
In the beginning. That was hard. Kendrick had for like 30 seconds, fine. Drake comes, the entire video is pretty much like that.
Black and white. It's black and white. Yeah.
So immediately I felt like, all right, I kind of see the similarities in that, but I'm not going to make too big of a deal. That was one. I think the biggest one, because I know that there's little small ones, was when, remember the room where, not before the circle, but when all the girls was dancing and they all had on the like black suits and stuff. It reminded me like when we was in the Super Bowl with Kendrick and those guys was on the stairs with like the like red hoodie, blue hoodie, white hoodies.
Oh,
that's what I saw. So I was like, this is kind of similar to me though. And then I think I think
you have me up with that one, dude. No, I was like, because you explained it before the pod, but like now that you broke it down, I was like, it does make sense that like even the colors matches. Yeah,
it looks like that. And then I think just the more obvious one before getting into others was that having Shea Gilgeous-Alexander in it. You know, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, he's probably gonna be the MVP this year. Ken NBA, he is from Canada. Drake had him in the video.
He had like his own ISO, just like DeRozan, bro.
Own ISO, just like DeRozan. And I was like, damn, Drake, are we still doing this?
Bro. So, and there's other parts too, like where he's wearing like the turban.
Yeah, explain that, because
so like if you look in I'm just trying to like pretend the video's up here. So like if you look in the beginning where they're like the metal box and like they have the clown or whatever, and then that he has like a it's blue, like a blue Nike or something like that. And then so Drake had a similar outfit and a similar headdress. And then one thing that I thought you would point this out, but one thing that stood out to me is that remember at the end of the Kendrick video, he's like staring down the owl that's in the cage. Yeah. And at the end of the Drake video, it's a bunch of owls and standing up like he's like he freed the birds, bro. He freed the birds. But so many things like I would even take it even further, and this might be a reach. People might get mad at me for this, but the beat, the way it starts, even the transition, it sounds like he heard Squabble Up and he's all like, oh, this is kind of hard. I kind of want to do one like this. And then he did his own version of remixing the old school, like way back oldie song and then making it into a beat. Because it sounds just, if you pull them back, like just good enough, they kind of sound similar as far as like vibe and beats.
I remember you was telling me when it first came out, you was like, yo, you like, Nokia kind of remind me of like that song, how you call it?
Squabble Up.
Squabble Up. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so for you to say that, and then people kind of pointed that out today too. Even the part where Drake was just vibing and like just dancing like that, I was like, you don't dance like that, no.
Oh, like the little like just like show dance. Like, so that's perfect. Like that where they're in that green room and Kendrick has like a very like
he's just chilling.
He's just like kind of like just vibing, like bobbing his head, like little. He's not like big crazy dance floor, and they're not animated, but they're like just very subtle. So Drake has a scene where he does the same thing too.
So.
I feel like it's petty, bro.
So do you think, okay, obviously we all know Drake has said earlier this year he's going to drop a solo album. He said something about he's not really confrontational. Do you think Drake is still poking the bear when it comes to Kendrick? Like, I thought it was over with.
I feel like Drake is like one of those guys, like, it's going to be like 5 years later, like, see, look, I can still put out albums, and then it's like, Drake, we're beyond that now. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like it's going to be, bro. Like, because at this point, like, anybody on Instagram or like YouTube that is still putting like, oh, look, Drake still got records. I was like, bro, give it a rest. Like, we're beyond that now. Like, it already happened. Top of that, you just brought it to mind. Bigger than the Olympics?
Oh, thank you for saying that. So to answer Flying J's question, he's asking because Kendrick got, would you say awarded, or would you say Kendrick's got the opportunity? Giving Kendrick,
he was granted
the opportunity to, I guess, perform at the Olympics in 2028 because it is in LA.
Yes.
First thing, I'm not gonna even try to gas it up. Yeah, that's bigger than the freaking. Well, how you say it?
A FIFA World Cup?
Yeah. Because
can you please state for the Drake stands in the back why that's bigger and why that's even more? Because people are going to be like, oh, FIFA is like, it's more grand stage, blah, blah, blah. But then people are going to be like, can you explain that? Yeah.
The numbers of FIFA, that's cool because that's more outside of America and it's like, that's fine. But if you're being honest, Americans, and I'm not saying this to be everybody's not as in tune into soccer like that. But soccer is huge all over the world.
Yeah.
Olympics, everybody's into that.
Yeah.
Nobody misses that.
Yeah.
So that's more eyes. That's gonna be more like national TV views, global views. Everybody's in that.
Yeah.
You got the freaking opening. Look at Snoop Dogg last year. Snoop Dogg was hosting. He running with the goddamn thing.
Oh, he did?
Snoop Dogg was all over.
Snoop
Dogg was all over the freaking Olympics last year. So now they see that in LA, bro. And man, LA is a really big city. People, California, Hollywood lights.
Yeah.
It's huge, bro.
That's wild.
And you got all the celebrities that live there.
Yeah.
All the actors that live there. People that are from other, man, it's big. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that the World Cup's not big. It's big. But it's not something that, even though that, yeah, we are just America and people say, oh, you know, Americans are, you know, weird or whatever. We're just not, we're really not into that. Like, we're more into basketball, football, whatever. But yeah, the Olympics, everybody watch that. It's too many sports not to be into it.
You could find something you like.
Find something. No, they got breakdance lady gonna come back.
Oh, that's sad, bro. Freaking no, but I heard that it's not gonna come back though.
No, they don't need to do that.
Because like, what's her name? Freaking
whatever, the lady with the green.
Yeah, she messed it. Rachel Gunn.
Yeah.
But and then on top of that, like it's in Los Angeles, so like
it's a huge city.
So Kendrick's a perfect example to represent that. And top of that, like we haven't had Olympics in like Los Angeles in a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a minute.
Yeah, so I feel it's going to generate a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, listen, I'm excited. So, I thought the beef stuff was over with, but you can look at it this way. Kendrick got that. Drake took his shots back in Nokia, and they still beefing on the side. I don't know what to say. It is what it is. But, dog, let's get into what I wanted to get into today, dog. Because I know you've seen this.
Yes.
This man has gone off the deep end.
The black KKK.
This man, Kanye West. Looking like a black Klansman.
Sheesh.
You know there's a movie called that too. But dog, this man Kanye had a DJ Academics interview that I don't know what this man was dress-wise. I ain't like what he dressed. But I wanted to say some of the things he was saying, bro. I don't think Kanye's crazy, bro.
It kind of made sense, bro. It kind of made sense. I got some points that he went on that stood out to me, and I was just like, yo, like maybe that everybody tried to pin him to be crazy, but. So the main thing was that there's hands and forces that are hidden that are affecting him on all aspects. When it comes to music, when it comes to fashion, like we saw with Shoe Deal. Yeah. He's basically he was just coming out and just like, you know, crashing out saying like F these guys. He was saying some crazy stuff, but like he was saying like F the rappers because, you know, the executives were telling him not to like, you know, mess with me. Like he had a story with Ty Dolla $ign where he made a whole freaking album with him and everything, and then Kanye West, obviously him being crazy, tweeted something like kind of racist and like anti-Semitic, and it was crazy. But for Kanye's point is that I'm just gonna come out and say it. There's a bunch of Kanye West is not smart enough to separate Jews and Zionists. You know what I'm saying?
Now you touched something. Let's go.
No. This is deep. That's the problem. So he doesn't have the intelligence to separate what a Jew and what a Zionist is. And so when he talks about this dumb rhetoric and doesn't have very much vocabulary, he says Jews this, Jews that. But if you look at everything that is going on in the world right now, and I'm trying to be crazy, but if you look at things that are going on in the world and the way that Hollywood works and the way things are in place and the forces that are hidden that he was talking about, the Zionists own and run Hollywood.
Not the
Jews. Like, well, I'm sure they're probably some form of Jewish, but like if you want to look into it deeper, the Zionists, like, besides the whole Palestine and Israel conflict, like they are deep pocketed in some like aspects of America. They have a APAC. They're called APAC. They're in politics, bro. Like deep rooted, bro. And they got so much money that they can manipulate and turn the tides of politician decisions like that, bro. Damn. You know what I'm saying? So it goes into that. So then he's just saying like, yeah, there's so many forces and like the Jews and the Zionists, I just say that, are controlling and running havoc on the industry, and they're the reasons why I'm not doing all this. Like I'm not able to do all this, and they're the one calling Ty Dolla $ign and Jim Jones, telling him don't mess with me and don't talk to me. They're the one calling Virgil and everybody that used to do my fashion, that used to work for me, that I like gave him like kicked them game and taught him the ways and everything, and they told him like to create a whole like anti-Kanye campaign and everything. So like, if you look at it, and the time zones and the references that he mentions, you can kind of put the pieces together and be like, he's got a pretty good point. One thing that he brought up
you just said one thing, so go for it.
No, go because I got all day, bro.
So how did you feel the Jim Jones story thing he's talking about? Do you recall the story?
So the Jim Jones is the same thing as the Ty Dolla Signs, as the same thing as the Jay-Z thing. Basically, like there was hidden forces that called him and then let him know, forces in play that called these individuals and tell them like, hey, you better like check your boy, or like your whatever deal that you got with anybody, it's done.
Okay, pause. I like what you said. Now, I like what you said because you are with me. But how you front from a homeboy stance, bro? How you felt to have the situation where Jim Jones, Kanye West had a meeting. Jim Jones secretly like, I'm gonna get $2 million if Kanye takes the meeting.
Yeah.
He don't tell Kanye. Kanye finds out because he's your boy. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna take the meeting so that you can get the money.
Yeah, you don't owe me a dime.
You don't owe me a dime.
Yep.
And then when you get the money, you go back on your business to New York. I asked you to take photos of the fashion of what people are wearing in New York. Send it to me in a PDF.
Yeah.
And Jim Jones says, I don't know how to use it.
I know how to do a PDF.
That's effed up. Because I felt like the man helped you. Because you know Cameron always say something about Jim Jones. I said that.
Yeah.
But I felt like, damn, Jim Jones, for you to do that to Kanye. And that's how I feel like. I'm like, Kanye's not as dumb as I, like, I'm not saying he's dumb, but I think Kanye's not as crazy as I thought. Like, he's aware of what's going on. It's like, people are using me.
Yeah.
And, you know, I look at people and it's like, people still do me dirty.
Yeah.
So, on a street level, bro, I feel like that was effed up.
That is for sure effed up, bro. Like, he chose the money over like loyalty.
But now to say what you saying, to just bring what you saying, when you say what you said about people, do you think people might have called up Jimmy like, hey, man, you better stop messing with this guy?
Well, I don't know the timeline of what it was, but supposedly, like, I think that was a time where Kanye was, like, doing some, like, posting crazy stuff on Twitter and all that stuff. So, I don't know the timeline, but, like, I'm sure someone called, like, Jim Jones and be like, hey, like, you better do this or else, like, you know, kind of type situation. So, yeah, I definitely think as that. And then, like, the world is an evil place, bro. No, and I'm not trying to be, like, Jews. I'm just saying, like, no race, it, like, particular or no nothing, but the world is an evil place, bro. And he brought up a good point that I want to pull.
Yeah, brother, go ahead.
He said, he mentioned Chet Bennington.
Who's Chet Bennington? I know this name.
The guy that died from Linkin Park.
Oh, okay. So Chester?
Chester Bennington or Chet Bennington?
Chester, I think.
Chester, I think. Yeah, okay. Chester Bennington or Chet Bennington. So he, obviously, we found out that he, like, offed himself, you know, self-deleted himself. But they said it was, like, no harm, no foul play is what they call it. But he was actually part of an initiative and, like, a project that he was actually, like, doing good that was, like, to prevent human trafficking and to call out the pedophiles. Chester, yeah.
Damn.
Pedophile rings.
Yeah.
And he was getting big, bro. It was getting, like, to a point where, like, he was, like, exposing a lot of people and stuff. So a lot of people were saying, I'm just saying what rumors are going around, is that
allegedly
they off Chet Bennington. I mean, Kanye straight up said it, like point blank, that
they off Chester.
They off Chester because he was exposing the pedophile rings. And Kanye said this, bro, like, which is like, I don't think he's wrong, bro. Like, I think there's, like, some part in play that caused all that to happen and stuff, bro. Like, I wouldn't overlook it, if I would say.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
whenever he says something, I'm him and Cat Williams, I listen and be like, damn, okay, know about that.
So, like, and then he goes into, like, what, like, explains, like, what, because his whole thing is, like, what him and Kim Kardashian are doing, especially with his daughter.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, he feels like Kim Kardashian is, like, driving her down the wrong, like, it's bad influence for her, I guess. So he talks a lot about what celebrities and famous people will do for clout.
Okay, there was something I was going to ask you about the Kim Kardashian, but I don't want to throw you off.
No. Situation. No, ask the Kim Kardashian. I'm sure
what you just said about the daughter thing, right, with the whole clout of influence.
Yeah.
So there was a scene where Kim was saying, so, okay, how do you feel? Okay, I'll say this better. We know Kim Kardashian had a video before. Right. We got that. We got over that as people, but that lives forever. We know Kanye West has had a situation with Adidas and the whole Jewish community, Zionists.
The fashionism, yeah.
Now, Kim made a statement where she says, I feel like the way he's acting looks worse than my video will ever be. So when I said, damn, I was like, I never thought about that. What do you think about that? Because I mean, at the end of the day, because you said people all want to chase clout. I think Kim likes to chase clout. Kanye likes to chase clout. So them both being parents, how do you think? Do you think there's one? Do you think one is worse than the other?
That's a good question. I might go, and people might hate me for this one, but I think Kim is way worse than Kanye. Like,
I got you.
And like at the end of the day, you could like through it when you were watching the interview with academics, like regardless of his crazy rhetoric and what this guy says, like he loves his daughter.
Yeah.
Like you can tell that he loves his daughter and he wants the best interest for her. And like he's the one that didn't want her on TikTok, and he would get mad at Kim and be like, why are you putting, like, why is my daughter doing TikTok dances and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I just feel like Kim is just like a bad influence, and just what Kim has been through. Yeah. And how she's like exploited a lot of like athletes and celebrities through relationships and stuff like that. I mean, you could go down her track record and see like the people she dated, you know? Yeah. So like Kim just does not have any good graces with me, like at all. Like if I had, I would not trust her with anything. Like there's, and then supposedly, I think he said on the interview, he didn't originally want to have kids with Kim. Damn. Yeah. So I'm just like, I don't know if you like. I just think they have a thing called the Kim Kardashian curse, and I just think that family is just like money hungry, and they'll do anything for money, bro. Like,
so how do you feel Northwest or Chicago saying all of the kids when they see Kanye West dressed up with the Black Klansman outfit, with the Black KKK outfit? How you think they're gonna see that? Like, because that's another heavy thing too. It's like, damn, Kanye, that's kind of crazy if you be doing that.
I'm sure he's gonna have a talk with his kids and be like, hey, they're like, Dad, why'd you wear that? He's like, yeah, explain it to him. But clout or whatever. But apparently, like his daughter is like pretty much like seems like a twin of him. Like the way he describes it, like his daughter very supports him. Like I think he described a scenario where it's like, oh, if I say this, like. Oh, he actually talked to me. He's like, if I say something crazy, my daughter's gonna stand on business with me. She's gonna be like, yeah, you're right, Dad. Damn. So I'm just like I feel Kim Kardashian is just trying to like pull or not have too much Kanye influence to her daughter.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. What else you had on? You had things. I had another thing to touch on it, but we'll get to that towards the end. That also goes with the whole thing he said about Kendrick and about. When he was trying to justify, like, Kendrick Lamar.
He said he was jealous of Kendrick.
He was jealous of Kendrick, and because I guess Kanye wanted to be like, he's like a Vegeta. He wanted to be the one.
That's a perfect character.
Vegeta wants to be the one to defeat Goku. I feel like Kanye wanted to be the one to beat Drake. And you say you're jealous, and I'm just like,
that's fire, bro. That you just did that. That's hell, yeah.
It's true, but I just feel like Kanye, like, what is this obsession you have with Drake, bro?
He does have some like weird. It is weird.
And
bro.
Big Sean said it too. Because Big Sean was like, man, like you diss me, but like the person that be dissing you, like you always praising them, and you always. So I wonder what it is, and it's like, why do you gotta continuously take shots at these outbursts at Kendrick, like to say you didn't want to hear Kendrick Lamar on a Playboi Carti album? It's like, damn, bro. But you were just praising Kendrick to just say Kendrick killed Drake, but then you say. Drake is a better artist than Kendrick, and that's fine. But it's like, dude, what's your gripe with people?
I remember there was an interview that he had on Drink Champs. Yeah, with Nori? Yeah, with Noriega. And he said, I think he said it perfectly on there that he likes how Drake writes because Drake can write himself. Like if he actually wrote, and he said like there are times where I pay like a whole like agency of like writers, and they have like 5 writers, and it takes them like a week or like 2 weeks to like come up with this like sick ass like 16 bar verse or something. And he's like, I gave it to Drake, he'll give it to me in 15 minutes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's like I like the way he writes, and then like for him he's really good. He gives him his flowers when it comes to lyricism. Yeah. So I feel like Kanye West is jealous. Like he wants to be like Drake because he can produce like the hell out of a fucking beat, Yeah. But I feel like. When it comes to rapping, he always has to have a ghost writer, or he always has to lean on someone to write his material.
That's sad.
So, bro. And then he looks at someone and Drake's like, I wish I was Drake, and that way I can make beats and write my stuff.
Kendrick is somebody I would never. I said Kendrick. Kanye is somebody I'll never take a compliment from, and actually hold on to it. But anyways, was there any other highlights that you saw from the interview with him?
Yeah, the one thing that like kind of like I was like, yeah, I feel for him. It's like this whole relationship with Jay-Z and Beyonce, bro.
Yeah, enlighten me on that, because I mean, I know what I know from the service, but what was there anything new that he put in there?
Not anything new. It just felt like it had the same situation when it comes to like a hidden figure or hidden hand called him and it was like, hey, you know, you got to check your boy, you know, yeah. And then like he's mad that he's like my biggest albums and masters pay Jay-Z's bills.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Because Jay-Z signed them and stuff. So like, I don't know which albums to be in particular, but that was one thing I point out. And then two, like, it was pretty evident like in the public, but Jay-Z was like, from what Jay-Z and Kanye, like they used to have a bromance, and they made like on the Take the Throne or See the Throne.
Watch the Throne.
They did 2 albums, right?
They did Watch the Throne. No,
it's one. Okay. But so like they had a cool relationship, and it was cool. Like, you know, Jay-Z's the rapper and like hip hop mogul and CEO guy, and then you got Kanye West over here, the beat maker, like all about the hip hop and all about the culture and being like very trendy, and like they were like a force to be reckoned with, you know. But it's just like I agree with Kanye about like Jay-Z and Beyonce just tossed them to the side, and then like, you know, they didn't even invite him to the wedding, bro. That's
great. Do you think Kanye's had too much crash outs? It's like, okay, how much, like, okay, you got your family. Do you think if someone's your brother, you got to stand by them forever? You guys got to stand with them? I mean, yeah, we do, but is there ever a limit where it's like, all right, bro, you don't have too much public crash outs, and we're millionaires, billionaires.
You're making us look bad.
You're making us look bad. Because, you know, a lot of, end of the day, like you said, this game messed up. Everybody tied to the money, bro.
Everybody's tied to the money, bro. Exactly. So to answer your question, I just felt like, yeah, you kind of like crashed out too many times that like you're starting to hurt our bag now. You know, like our sponsorships, and when it comes to America, bro, especially corporate America, like you have to have a clean public image and a marketable image to be sold to, and typically what that looks like is like the clean cut, like, you know, not very urban, you know, like, so when Kanye did all that stuff with like Taylor Swift and started posting all that crazy stuff, like I can see why Jay-Z, maybe even if they didn't call him, and like, you know, I can see why Jay-Z would want to separate himself. He's like, you know, you're my boy, dog, but like you the stuff you're saying, I don't agree with, dog. Like, and I can't be associated with that. You know what I mean?
But how would, you know, it's crazy when you say that, bro, when you think about it. So everybody's loyal to the dollar. We get that. Remember when Jonathan Majors went through what he went through?
Yeah.
It's like everybody they let him go too. So I'm really starting to think like, damn. No, because I'm really starting to think like, is there really any real friendships in not hip hop and in Hollywood, bro?
Or just the industry.
It's like once you start making that money, people just like Drake, right? But it's crazy. How is everybody still able to stand next to Drake though? And not look bad?
Well, okay, let's compare.
Because the PDF thing would have killed anybody else's career.
The Drake thing is so complicated because like you got legalities involved. You know what I'm saying? So someone can easily simply put the Michael Jackson effect, where Michael Jackson was trying to go against the label and like, you know, this whole thing about money and trying to like reach a certain like threshold to be able to like pay back the bills and stuff.
Yeah.
So I know Drake was going through that and he was suing the label. So I feel that the labels kind of use, and I would agree with that. The label kind of used Kendrick to devalue Drake, so that when contract time came around, they're all like, "Oh, we got to pay this, bro. You ain't worth this."
You know what? You just brought it that Kanye said that.
Yeah.
When Kanye said the part about, he said, he said in about 5 years, he said whenever they want to humble Drake and like destroy him, they're gonna play that Kendrick song. And I was like, damn. And I started to feel like, damn, bro, like, because he was pretty much, Kanye West is kind of always, people have always alluded to the whole like Michael Jackson thing and like why that came out. And that's why I said that allegation destroys people, bro.
Yeah.
But the fact Drake kind of survived it now, it's like, damn, Kanye, is that true, bro? Like, do you think that's why the labels push that, not like us to be like, whenever we want to get rid of this guy, this is the song.
We just make it a hot.
Yeah,
right? We just bring it back. If I was Drake and I was still with Universal, and I would leave Universal as soon as possible, bro. Like, and I was in that situation, they just have like a what do you call it, kill switch? The Drake kill switch. Yeah. Oh, you want more money? Nah, not like us. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's so effed up if that's the case, bro. I could see why he's like in this position, but like, media and the industry is really good at paint a picture, bro.
Oh, hell.
You know what I'm saying? They can paint a picture really good and make a stick figure look like Mona Lisa, bro. I'm serious, bro. It's crazy.
They could take what they call it. They could take a little sound bite, make you sound like you said something. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, exactly.
No, that was it. No, but go ahead, brother.
No, so just going back to what we were saying about the whole Kendrick thing. So like Kanye pointed that out, which was brilliant, and like it's a crazy take, but like again, if you take a couple steps back and you look at him, like I can see it, you know, because that record was in my opinion, regardless of how anybody else felt, just objectively, that record, Not Like Us, was a banger.
Yeah,
and it was sick, and everyone was dancing. You can't say, and I hate when Drake fans say like, "Oh, that song was whack." Like, maybe you ain't hear it in the right context, or you just don't want to like it because like where depending on where you're at or what scene you're at, that's a bop. You know, like,
fire.
It's fire. So yeah, dude, it's just like to have a kill switch on one of your artists, so that way you can always devalue him when you need to, so that you can make more money. It's fucked up.
I told you, bro. Like for me, what I got from the whole thing is just like Kanye is a lot smarter than what people give him credit for. Like, yeah, he crashes out, but even the crash outs be kind of smart. It's like, okay, him is the truth. Him dressing like that day. He knew everybody gonna be watching him.
Yep.
I just don't like when he does just those freaking tweets where it's just like he says something stupid like, you over here talking about you jealous you wasn't on the album with Playboy Cardi. Okay, cool. Or you go to Kai Cenat snapping talking about some, they're trying to just like use you and all this stuff. It's like, Kanye, you had your moment where you was the guy. Yeah. You had a moment where maybe you was being used. You wanted to, because I remember stop dimming everybody else's light right now. You know, I think a lot of people are too young. Like Kai is too young to even think this deep, bro.
Oh, like, yeah.
Too young.
He's blinded by the bag, bro.
Yeah, he's blinded by the bag. Kanye's like, my thing is, what is your end goal, bro? Like, what kind of world do you want to see?
I think that I'm glad you brought that up. This is perfect. And I can see how he wants this. And maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like Kanye's interview with academics and his whole point of doing that was he's crashing out. But if you take the context of like, remove the emotional, like, the emotions and all that and listen to what he's actually saying, a lot of the stuff is just, especially in 2025 when, politics and everything is going crazy and like all this crazy stuff is happening around the world. It's just, you have someone that's finally exposing a lot of truths that make a lot of sense that is going on with the world. It's kind of scary, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Very.
Very. And it's scary that when you used to look at Kanye West back in the day, like I said, they paint a good picture, bro.
It was beautiful, guy, man.
They paint that picture so good, but they made that man look crazy. Crazy as hell, bro. And then you were like, yeah, he is crazy, but depending on what context you get him, like an academics freelance interviewer, freelance what do you call him? A freelance journalist, who doesn't care what you say. He wants you to say the crazy stuff. You finally get the freedom of speech kind of to say whatever the hell you want and that's what you need. And then not only that, like the stuff that he was saying, bro, like they all make sense. The Chet Bennington thing, the Ty Dolla $ign, Jay-Z and Jim Jones thing that they didn't back him up. They weren't loyal. What other stuff? The Jay-Z Beyonce thing that just like they were like family, bro. Like, and they tossed to the side. Him pointing out the whole Kendrick and Drake situation that he clearly knows how it's breaking down, and he's able to do that. His rants when he like his clothing, where he has a swastika Yee sign, and then he has wearing like the Klansman thing. Like, it's crazy, but if you ask him why you're doing it, he said, and maybe again people can correct me, he said the Zionists are gonna try to label me as a Nazi and as this person, as this Jew hater. So let me get ahead of him and let me just rock this stuff already. Because he's like they thrive on our pain. They thrive on hip hop and that talks about murder and like I'm gonna do this to my baby mama and like this hoe this trick this and everything. So the executives of hip hop and I'm not pointing anybody out. That was all Kanye stuff. But the executives of hip hop thrive and make billions and millions of dollars off murder rap and off their pain. So he was saying, I want to make money off their pain. Damn. Which is like, it was like, bro, that was like a bar in a way. Like, I'm not a Jew hater, and I think Nazis are the most evilest person. But in the context of what Kanye stated, that kind of made sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I can see that they will do that. They will try to make him look crazy and like, oh, he's a Nazi, because that's what they do nowadays. And this is my problem with Zionism. I have friends that are Jews and I support them. and they're not against. They're against the whole Israeli and Palestine conflicts because it's not Jews that are doing this. The Europeans that migrated to Israel that say that they're a part of this, and they're brainwashed to believe that they own this by God's right. All right. So the problem with Zionism is that they try to use anti-Semitism when it's convenient to them. So if you talk about like Jews, that's anti-Semitism. Like, you don't talk. No one should talk about any type of race. Like, Arabs shouldn't be talking about Jews. Like, all that stuff. Like, you shouldn't. That's racist. Regardless of that, you shouldn't be talking about Jews. But if you criticize Israel, like, if I say, like, probably right now on this pod, like, oh, that's crazy that they're about to commit genocide on the Palestinian people, they're gonna be like, oh, that's anti-Semitic. That's anti-Semitic. You know what I'm saying? So that's where Kanye comes from. Like, I feel like some of the points, like, a lot of it's crazy what he says, but he's saying that, like, they conveniently use avenues like fashion, like the music industry, the film industry, to propagate and makes certain things seem like it's not.
Damn, you took him to church with that one. I ain't got nothing to say to that. So, with everything being said, my last question then.
Yeah.
Everybody say, because now I know he took it from music into politics with Kanye. Genius or evil genius?
Evil genius. Evil genius. I definitely, like, he's a musical genius, and no one can ever take that away from him. Don't let this man speak his mind. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, again, he has good points, and, like, we broke it down and everything, but, like, as far as, like, the corporate image, like, he's not that. He's definitely not that, and he's a liability to a lot of companies, definitely, for sure. So, evil genius, like, he's genius in music, but then the way he uses that genius is not for the good. Sometimes.
I got you, dog. Well, dog. With that being said, look at you. Want to go happy?
Wait, what's up?
He used to be a musical genius.
No, you don't. Oh, besides that, no, I feel like going on top of what you're saying. Like, we all used to love the old Kanye, when, like, he used to talk about, like, Jesus walk Kanye, bro. Yeah, like that was, like, the good Kanye where he would talk about bringing religion into hip hop, and, like, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't think we needed to go that deep as far as fans. We're musical. That's, you know what? I'm glad that you brought it up. We fans. I understand everybody always has a message they want to give us, but back the simplest form, we just enjoy the music, the beats, the rhymes. When you start putting all the heavy stuff, like Jesus Walks was heavy, but it was good though.
It was good.
But then it's like Kanye his issue for me is that he's always trying to throw a message, which is, it might be true, but a lot of us are not rich, bro. Yeah, so we just trying to survive.
And we can't relate.
So thank you. So when you tell Sway that, what he said,
you ain't got the answers.
I don't got the answers.
I was like, you know what? I don't got the answers, bro. I can't afford the answers.
I don't know. And this is sometimes I just feel like with Kanye is like, bro, you are smart, but it's like, there's other ways to impact the world, because Kanye was the first one pushing all that Cybertruck stuff. When the Trump stuff happened, I'm like, all right, yeah, you're doing a lot for me right now with the whole Trump Cybertruck.
Remember, I got one last thing that I remember when he had that rant when he walked into the TMZ building, and then the black dude
was a choice.
Yeah, and then the black dude at the back of the room called him out. He called him out beautifully. It's like, bro, like, you don't realize what you say and do hurts the African community, bro. Yeah. And you do nothing for us, bro. Like, like, so it's just like, damn, dog. Like, you have the potential to be able to make changes and actually do something with that, but, like, you F it up with these crazy ass rants that you have, bro.
That's what I be saying, bro. Like, I'm glad you say he's evil genius. I'm like, he's smart because he know what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing, yeah.
But he's scary too.
Yeah, he's definitely scary, bro.
Now I say it about here, Jay. Take us out, baby.
No, man. Again, if you have any comments or anything you want to say about the whole Kanye academics interview, also with the new Nokia Drake music video that came out, definitely want to have any comments on that. Let us know how you feel about that. If you like it, if you don't,
do you see the similarities?
Point out anything that we didn't catch for me and DJP. There's like a bunch of Easter eggs on there. Again, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, that is effed up. Make sure you check out our socials here on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. But other than that, DJP.
And that else is peace. See y'all next time.
See you next time. Peace.